Just gonna take a little break and just lay down in the snow and chew on her bone. Those of y'all are worried about when you see her out here in the snow, worry about if she's cold. I mean, obviously not. Look, she's choosing to lay in the snow. Oh. It has been very cold. The temperature out here in the shipping container has been very close to what it's been outside. It has got down to very close to zero a couple of times. And some of this is all of the stuff that would be affected in the cold. This is our food supply out in the shipping container. And I noticed that a number of these cans are starting to bulge. Not all of them, but some of them started to bulge. These ones were bulged earlier this morning, and they've already gone down. There's some that are bulged. We have one jar that's already leaked. Look what happened to the olive oil. It's solid. This ball of olive oil is hard as a rock. So anyway, it's colder this year out here than it was last year. It's just colder this year. It's colder sooner. We just had 4 days where the mornings were close to zero. That's just, it wasn't that cold last year. When it got that cold, it was maybe for one night. So I'm going to move all of this stock, all the stuff that's affected, everything that's liquid, all the cans that are liquid, and all the pasta sauces that are liquid and stuff. I'm going to move all the liquid into the basement of the RV. I've been keeping it just above freezing, and I think that'll be much better. Same way as look at these containers of almond milk. This thing it's frozen solid, and see how, look, it's ready to blow. It's ready to bust open. So I need to get these things moved into the shipping container, or I need to get these things moved into the basement of the RV. So I'll go show you where this is all going to go. Okay, this is where it's going to go. I'm going to put it all down here in the basement. So I'm going to put it right here, and then if I need more room, I'll put it over there on the other side. I'll open the other side and I'll put some in there. I think last year also we had originally decided that we were going to leave and not stay the winter, so we packed up the RV, and I remember we packed up all the food in the basement, and then I think we left it in there and we didn't take it out until like February. And I think the only reason why we did that is because we were getting tired of going in the basement for the food. And I think what we did is we kept the food put away in the basement during the really cold months. All right, here we go. It's all moved. And all those cans that are bulged, those will go right back down. I had a couple that I took inside, and once they thawed out, the bulge went right back down. It's just because it's frozen. So, but anyway, there it is. It's all moved into the basement of the RV now. So right now, the temperature outside is 34 degrees, so it's basically freezing. And this is how I add fresh water into the RV. I have a two-stage filter. One's it's a pre-filter and then a carbon filter. That filters the water before it goes into the RV. I use a standard RV pump hooked up to the hose, and then I run the hose all the way to the water tank. And I use these Flexzilla hoses, I like them because they stay totally flexible no matter how cold it gets. And they're very easy to empty out. When you use hoses in this cold a temperature, you have to empty them completely when you're done. You leave even the slightest amount of water in there and this hose will be blocked up. So that's how I add water, fresh water, into the RV, no matter how cold it is. As long as water's flowing through this pump, even if it's 10 degrees outside, that probably more than likely will not freeze. But I only add the water during the day when the sun's out. So I wait until the temperature is at least 32. It's been 8 days since it snowed. Look at this. This is all this melted off. So this is the first day that the temperatures have actually gotten up into the 40s. I think today it's going to be 40, 44. You can see almost nothing is melted. This is the longest I've seen snow stay since we've been here on this property. Usually it's gone days later, 2, 3 at the most. Yeah, it's starting to get really wet though. And where the snow has melted, it is muddy. I've had a lot of people in the comments ask about the coyote situation out here. It's the same as before. There's a large pack of coyotes, and it spends a lot of time paying attention to this property and what me and Scout are doing. They mark the entire perimeter of the property almost every day. And right now, I don't think this little mic is picking it up, but off this way in the distance, I can hear. It's been for like the last 4 or 5 minutes. I can hear the sound of a whimpering puppy, and that's a noise that the coyotes make to try to draw in a dog like Scout. It means they're close. They don't usually make that noise really, really loud. I can still hear it, and I've heard a couple of yips too. And it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're out here. So the other morning, over towards Aj's place, I heard the whole pack. So I happened to be sitting in the slide out of the RV, so I opened the window and I poked my head out, and I couldn't see them at first. I just kind of stayed there looking for a minute or two, and then I saw their silhouettes running from one area to the next, and I counted 10. And then when I went and looked at the tracks, one of them had huge tracks, 3/4 the size of Scout. So it's always on my mind, definitely. And I'm always on the hunt. Scout heard him too. Scout still has not seen a coyote yet. Come here. Come here, Scout. Come. Good girl. Come here. Good girl. Come. Come here. Good girl. Come here. Good girl.